Hi there, welcome back to my live stream. Good morning from Jakarta, Indonesia. I'm live streaming from Jakarta, Indonesia. Welcome to our uh, new new visitors, and welcome back to those who just returned. And yeah, let's go into it. As you know, I'll be working on this kit again, this Panzer Ausf.D from Tamiya. If you've seen my previous video, you'll see that I had this kit for a while in the box, but I've never actually made it, and it was left like that. But today, since a couple of weeks ago, I decided to open the box and get the build going. So let me give you a quick recap on where we are. So the turret, basically the turret is completed. The basic stuff is completed. There are still a lot of the smaller details that needs to be including the hatch, and also the bustle on the rear side. A couple of things here in the bottom, and you would see here that the interior is basically quite yeah, well, it's quite basic. Tamiya only provides you with um, the gun itself. There are some interior, some part of the interior, like the door here, and it could be open and it's closed. Right now, it's just closed like this, just for painting purposes. So yeah, this is turret, and then for the hull, if you saw some of my videos last week, this is basically in good shape. There are no details yet, like the tools, the extra tracks, pioneering equipment, and some other stuff. I also bought for this kit an um, additional stowages. So this is the one that I bought, and I will include this fuel drums into the model. So this is kind of cool. They look really nice. And I'm gonna make this as part of this build over here. So yeah, that's gonna be nice. Okay. And of course, the illustration is top notch style. All right. So what is next for us? The lower hull section is basically complete. But as usual, if you know my models and you know my gallery, I hardly keep my models without weathering. So in this video, let's do some weathering. Let's focus on the lower hull, this over here, lower hull, and also the road wheels. We'll have that weathered and painted uh, using hairspray and chipping and splatter, um, and all that stuff. And let me give you a preview of what we're gonna do. This is the hairspray that I'm using. It's a local brand. And if you watched my video yesterday in the Leopard 2, I use the same stuff. So yeah, this is pretty good. But if I would recommend, I would go for the Unilever Tresemme. I think that would be that's way better than this, right? But again, it depends on where you live, the country. Tresemme is quite expensive, but if you're on a budget, this is kind of good. I think, yeah, it's good. I've been using it for a while. It's cheaper, and it's make sure it's a spray can. So it says Johnny Andrian, but actually, if you look at this, It's it's actually belongs to Mandon Corporation, Japan. Uh, so yeah, if you get a bottle, a can, a rattle can under Mandon or Johnny Andrian, make sure, yeah. And it has some really weird stuff, ingredients: alcohol, butane, propane, a lot of funky stuff. You could get high with this, I think, but not recommended. I wouldn't smell it. Try not to. All right. Anyway, yeah. So this is the spray can, and then the paint that I'm going to be using is this. This would be for the chipping. It's the XF-57 and 52 Flat Earth and Buff. So that's would be my go-to. I would usually use 2 or 3 layers of dusting, if I could say that myself, and then I would do and then continue with the splatter. Now for the splatter, I'm gonna use this, but I could use many other colors if I want. But yeah, I would start with this. It has some nice color over there, different coloring. That would be nice, just to give a little bit of nuance detail. All right, let's start. So I need to disassemble this. I didn't glue it anyway. Just kept it. I don't know how to open it. Oh yeah, there it is. I think there's a locking mechanism. There you go. That's the old Tamiya model, where if you were in my age or my generation, 19, you were born in the 70s, you would remember this. Hi Azriel. Hi Midamayer. Hope I said that right. Welcome to my channel. Yeah, so yeah, again, like if you grew up in my era in the 70s, you would know these kind of Tamiya kits that come with like this engine, and you could actually play around with them. I had Chieftain, Tamiya Chieftain Mark V, and it had um, like a battery engine stuff like this, but it didn't last long. Only like a few runs, and then it just broke down. Anyway, but it was fun. Okay, so we're not going to use that anymore. So I'm gonna disassemble this, keep this away, and then yeah. One of the thing that in my last video that I mentioned about you is that this kit has been in my stash for many years, but it was this particular one was given by a friend, um, and he might have bought this in the U.S. in the 1990s, so it could be like 30 years old. Um, and you could see here that the track, the rubber track, has somehow warped, not straight anymore. I'm not sure how you're gonna fix that. I go like this, the same one. Oh well, yeah, maybe what I can do is stretch it and then turn it around. Yeah, maybe that's the best way. So by stretching it, keep it on the wheels, and then rotating it, then you would get you would straighten the warping. There it is. Good. Okay. But for now, let's take one out. And this. Aside. This right out. I'm gonna put this away. So that's the condition without the wheels, without the road wheels or anything like that. Yeah, let's start. Let's start doing some chipping and weathering. So here's my airbrush and cup. And what I usually do is why don't I prepare some stuff first? I need to prepare a pail of water that's needed. I'm kind of running out of that. You want that would I would say I'm saving this for later. So let's do it. We get a good look at it. So one of the things to note is for the chipping method, for the hairspray chipping method, is that it works really great with acrylics. It works really great with acrylics. So far, I've done it with Tamiya, and it works well. I don't know other brands, but yeah, acrylics it works. And second is there's actually little time, but there's actually little working time between between the moment the airbrush gets onto the surface and then painting it and then actually scrubbing it. So you have to move quite fast, right? I'll try not to talk to cut the time, but if needed, just text me something on the chat box. The hairspray is translucent, so what you'll find is that the surface is becoming a little bit glossy. A little bit more. Okay, done. Hey, Scott. Morning. Good morning from Jakarta. Maseja. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the channel. Put this stuff on. It's lunchtime for you, Scott, right? Okay. I'm going to use this one. This makes the paint a little bit matte or opaque. And I'm going to have a... Yes, thank you, Maseja. I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Oops. It's too much. Let's say that's enough. So I got to work a little bit quick. Um, so if you've seen my video yesterday, this is basically the same process. I was working on a Leopard 2 A5 from Tamiya, and we also did some lower hull weathering. If you see the process is almost the same. It's okay. If you The more I repeat it, hopefully people would get it. People will understand better. It's 1:21. Oh, right. It's 1:21 at lunch. Oh, great. Lovely. All right. So, back here. So I'm going to do whatever. So, like yesterday, let me put it up on screen. And I would. So basically, it's a little bit misting. And I'm practically moving the needle, the airbrush, using the up and down motion, up and down, as if at the lower part of the tank would receive more dust, assumably like that. It's not always the case, but for this case, that's okay. Can you see that? It's a bit glossy. And there's some flare, but all right. See, that's the initial dusting. Okay. And get all the nooks and crannies. Okay. Now the fun part is we're gonna do the chipping. So we have this one here, and we'll choose um, a brush like this one here. Are they aftermarket tricks? No, they came with a kit. This is the usual rubber vinyl type stuff. Right. I wish I had the aftermarket though. It looks good on them. All right, now let's do the chipping. And if it works, it works. Can you see that? Starting to chip off. Now you got to work fast at this stage. When it dries, you don't have a chance. This one also. See that? Where am I from? I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. What about you? Okay. So that's now. We'll do that later. We'll do the one in the rear of the hull later. But now, because of we want to keep the tempo right up a bit. I think needs more. Just stroke some more. Basic dusting technique. Basic dusting technique using hairspray. I'm gonna leave this to dry for a while. So, and I'm just using the tissue to make the drying process quicker. Nothing additional technique here. Just trying to keep it. Dusting using focus. Dusting using hairspray technique. Okay. All right. Now, while we wait to it to dry, we move on to this side. Okay. Let's take this out first. Okay. So it's all about dusting today. Dusting, chipping, several ways you could make your model weathered. Interestingly. Okay. Done. Let me have that dry for a while. Okay. And you don't have to be the same between left and right. The level of you want to keep it random, right? In in real life, that's the same. You don't need to have the same like left and right. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. Okay. Oops. Moving on. Same process. Do it again. Okay. Now we do the one in the back. Done. Okay. Let's go to this color again. Quickly, very quickly. Oops, too much thinner. Okay. Um, so that's done. I hope this is enough for the whole spray. Okay, again. Okay, it's empty. All right, let's do it again. Let's say we change brush using this one. We have a different pattern. Put some water. That would. This is just water. See that? Goes straight away. You could also do using a smaller brush like this. Wanna make it more nuanced. This one too. I think if you're satisfied with this, then we dried it up. Take all the moisture out, the water out, the leftover ones. This is what it looks like on the, the port and the starboard side. And just the one in the back. A little bit dusting. That's the one on the right. On the left side. Oops. Okay, now the second layer, that's what I usually do, is, oops, is to go over the same area again, but this time using a slightly different color. And this is where the flat earth comes in. Okay, so I'm going to add this both mix inside. But again, I need to layer it with I need it layered with this again, with hairspray, before I continue. All right, let's see. Another one. Yeah. Start with this. Okay. Okay. Good. Can you see the difference in color? You see it? It's a different tone in my second layering. It's a bit yellowish. All right. That's clear. Now let's do a little bit of, oops. Yeah, so we can go back and use the brushes, but we can also use different types of methods, like this one here. I'm using a dishwasher sponge, dishwashing sponge. Here I'm gonna dab it. To give a different type of pattern. That difference in pattern. You could always combine it with. That would be something that make it a little bit more interesting. That. Yeah. And really, the camera is not. Okay. Now continue with this one. Gotta move quick. What do you think? Now in the chat box. So this is the second layering of the chipping method using hairspray. And the target that we want to achieve is dusting of the lower hull of this tank, Panzer 4. We did two different methods, one using two different paints and two different methods. One is using buff, which is the initial layer, the most basic layer, and then we did a mix of buff and flat earth for the second one. This section here has only one layer of buff, while this section here has two layers, one buff and one flat earth mix. Right, let's continue. Repeat that again on this side. And the reason why I did not try to do like the whole thing at one go is that the hairspray has time constraints when you're working on it. It doesn't let you work that long. You have to really work fast. And if you're finished with one side and it takes, and you spend too much on one side, and then by the time you get to the other side, it will be a little bit too late. It'll be very hard to chip. So that's why I'm doing like bits by bits. Even this one here, I would have to do that separately, maybe as a whole group, but definitely separate from the hull. These running gear. You probably might have a different method. Let me know in the chat box. Okay, back again. Sorry, just leave it there. Oops. Need to add some thinner. Where was it? All right. Again. Yeah. Now the chipping. Using a sponge. Can you see it? Adding more water. Right. So that's what it looks like right now. Now, the third phase, um, that's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to put kitchen towel here. So before I go on the third phase, we need to get these ready. These things ready. Hope the white background doesn't mess around with the camera. Maybe something like this. It's just an old. So maybe I'm gonna work from the inside out. So these are the idlers, sprockets, road wheels. Okay. Our target is to make something like this, and we'll have two phase. One is the back row, the back side, and then the other one will be the surface side, facing side. Okay, let me prep up a bit. Okay. So for the back side, I won't be using any hairspray, just straight dusting. But on the other side, I would use that. Okay. I hope that's enough. It's hard when you predict how much thinner you wanna put inside the cup. Hmm. Wait, let's see. Oh, I mean a bit. Yeah. I'm probably gonna hold it like this to make it faster. Oops. More? Now the middle part. So yeah, this part of the build is kind of, it feels a little bit repetitive. All right. So what's next? Next is I think this is done. I think I've covered all of them. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Um, Next would be the other part. Now this is where the the hairspray goes in again. Yeah, so it's kind of repetitive. I know. I want to move on. Yeah, me too. I'd like to move on. It's properly done. Okay, good. Now, we are going to finish off the paint here. Just good. Oops. All right. So back to the spray, and I won't use a lot of this. Yeah, that's it. That's enough. moving quickly. Okay. Whoops. Doesn't have to be perfect. Yep. Okay. Let's do the chipping. Use this. Hold it for you. Maybe using this is maybe the sponge is better. Right, now for the second layer. The look into two of them. Chipping, just chipping. Okay. One more layer, and we should be done. Now let's have this mix again. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Hold on to your tickets. So yeah, in these kind of weatherings, it really goes where do you want to go, how far you want to have in terms of the effects. It really depends on your personal goal. I like to have mine a little bit challenging, not just one color, not just one layer. I want to have it a little bit of multiple layer complexity, randomness, things like that. Oops, I just broke my gloves. Okay, just gonna put this area if possible. Doesn't go anywhere. this. Just using my hand. Oh no, it doesn't look good. Can't really see, can't really control. One, probably gonna. Nope. Just wanna hold it down. That maybe. Oh, yeah. I got it. Trying them out. Okay, you want one more layer? I'll show you one more layer that could, if you like random things, like you don't want to see your model seems to be like, oh, it's so boring, it's repetitive, and yeah, if you're into something like random, I want to make it look like as natural as possible, yada yada. Okay, I'll give you one more layer, and then we go to the splatter. Right now, the chipping, dust chipping. What do you think? Um, you text, you know, type in the chat box if you know if you want to say something about this. Comment. So basic chipping using airbrush technique. Hairspray technique. Krishna. Hi Krishna. Welcome to the channel. Yes, it's a Panzer D. Exactly. It's a Panzer D from Tamiya. It's an old one. Old kit from the 90s. Are you working on a similar project? Let me show you some of the results of randomness, the one I told you about. That's kind of like the random dusting that I like my tanks like that. So uneven um, effects. Okay, so the next step, I guess, is putting this aside. Is going back here. We will look for a different color, a different shade. I was thinking this one. Wooden deck tan. Let's see how it is. Yeah, wooden deck tan. Gotta clean this up a bit. Uh, residue, paint residue on top of the that chunk. Look at that chunk of paint, dry paint. That's gonna cause problems later. Just make sure the screw mechanism good. Okay. No Tamiyas, they are too costly here. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. Yeah, Tamiyas are costly. Even in my country, they're very costly too. This was a present from a friend, so that's why I'm making it. I'm gonna change my gloves, breaking apart. Uh, Wait a second. Should have stuff ready. Oops, broken again. I usually use I gloves are cheap here, but I tend to. Oh, it's broken. I tend to use each glove like maybe like 2 or 3 times, reuse them 2 or 3 times before I actually throw them out. Just so I don't really waste. I don't really make a lot of plastic trash. How ironic, right? Plastic trash. We're doing plastic model kits. Anyway, right. Being a bit struggling with my. Got it. Oh, it's broken again. Get it. Just broke like 3 sets of Um, three, whoops, three gloves. Don't like to touch my models using my my fingers, hands. They tend to leave residue on the surface. That's what I'm trying to avoid at this stage. Okay, so the third phase includes using using these stuff. Have you seen these before? These are what you call airbrush templates. Maybe if I put it on the white background, it's easier to see them. So these are airbrush templates, and the idea is you spray paint using an airbrush through these, and these holes will make a unique pattern on the surface of the kit. So that would be the last layer of um, dusting before I go to the splatter. And here we have another version. This again, it kind of the same method, but just a different pattern. All right. Let's see how this can be done. I'm going to use this. I'm going to dilute it uh, in a lot of thinner. It's not going to be that thick. I hope that's enough. Okay. I think that's enough, right? Whoops. You forgot about this one. It ran away. All right. Still doable. Okay. Sure this would work, but I'm going to zoom in a bit. Yeah. I hope you can see it from here. Let's use this one here. Hi, Trenton. Which glue would you recommend to a person who's starting modeling? I would recommend this. Just started modeling, right? Um, I would say if here's the condition: if you want that person to get a good start in modeling without good start in modeling, making good models, making good looking models without the hassle of glue going everywhere, making a mock out herself, I would go for this. Super extra thin. That would be the recommend. I would recommend that. It could be Tamiya. It could be Mr. Hobby. There are several brands of over there, but it's basically a super thin cement. Another option, this is my second best option, would be the regular Tamiya cement. So it's a little bit thick, and the applicator is a bit thick, a bit big. So you have to be careful with it. So not to have the glue, you know, rolling everywhere. But this wire, where is it? It's kind of like a water, a very liquidy thing. Why would I recommend this? Is because the applicator is very small. So if you want to make a model without too much glue going everywhere, this would be it. I hope that helps. Is it easy to get modeling supplies in your country, Trenton? There isn't. Oh well, this is very dirty. Could I offer you another alternate way of gluing kits? Just a thought. Just a thought. Um, is using this one here. It's called limonene cement, extra thin. So this is from Tamiya, and the difference between this and the other one is that it smells like lemon. Okay, live in the USA, but no hobby store. But can you order online? Is that possible? So this one is the same with this one, extra thin. That's the same one, but it's just that the the smell of this one is obnoxious. Like it really smells like chemical. While this one, it has a lemon orangey smell. Some people would find this more friendly. It's still poison, but it's just a little bit friendlier. It's called limonen. Limonen? Yeah. I don't know whether they produce it anymore. I got like two different bottles. This is the regular one, the thick one. See there? And this is the thin one. This is thick. This is thin. I'm in the same boat. Okay. Also, Tamiya XF-52. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Great. Okay. Hope that helps. Okay. Let's continue a bit. Now let's continue with the splatter. How about that? Okay, I still have this. It's going to be a bit messy. The way we're going to do it is we're going to use this here to splatter some weathering material onto the kit. And I think we need, this is enamel base. This is enamel base. So we're going to use this one here. Tins. Um, that's what's inside it. All right, so my target would be getting some of this sludge, the lower part, like that. Just okay. That's from this end, and we'll work on this one too. Get some more. Get some more thinner. And getting to this. Three more. Whoops. Went straight in. And I would try to clean it. Use this. All clean it. Small one. So you're taking some part of it. It's wrong. Yeah. Um. Sorry. Let me. Okay. So that's pretty much how. Thank you all for helping me. Oh yes, welcome, Trenton. Happy to be a help to be useful. Thank you. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave this until it dries. Also, this too. I'm gonna take some of the. Maybe I need to get a new one, a dry one. I'm gonna take off some of this. So it looks like I'll have to wait until this thing dries up, and then we can continue with um, the second layer of what do you call it? Splatter materials. So it's getting there. It's getting there. Don't worry. Okay. All right. Let's give it a look one more time. How it's going. Again, this is not final. This is like the road to getting the lower section of the Panzer IV weathered. You can see the shine from the oil, but later I think when it dries up, when it dries, it it, it becomes a really nice flat um, mud color. Maybe I think the white background here is making some funny stuff with the camera. But here's like all right. So I'll see you in a bit, maybe 2 or 3 hours from now, and we can continue with finishing up the lower hull. Put back on the all those road wheels, running gear on, tracks weathered, and then we could close the hull. How about that? hopefully by tonight we could do something solid with this kit. All right. So again, thanks everyone for watching. Um, Trenton, Scott, Krishna, Maseja, and everyone else, Azra, Azriel, Midamayer, and everyone else who joined in the discussion. Thank you so much. That really makes the live stream way better. Um, okay, so hopefully I'll meet you again, not so far today, and we'll continue with this work. Okay, take care. Have a nice Saturday weekend for you, and talk to you soon. Bye.